Memories of the Past, Spoken to the Heart, created by Kimberly Klein, narrated by Austin Klein. Kimberly's trip to Germany and Poland expanded her knowledge about the Holocaust. Therefore, this movie reflects her personal experience visiting historical sites at Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration and extermination camp, Treblinka death camp, and Buchenwald concentration camp. Teaching the Holocaust allows her to integrate human rights and history into English assignments and discussions. As the Vistula River separates Warsaw, Poland, non-fiction stories of Holocaust survivors, prisoners of concentration camps, or extermination camps, righteous rescuers, and liberators spread their messages through autobiographies, biographies, chronicles, documentaries, movies, poetry, plays, oral traditions, testimonies, and interviews. 3 hours and 45 minutes southeast, or 193.8 miles from Warsaw, lies the beautiful countryside of Oswiecim, Poland. Hidden in this town is Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration and extermination camp. Auschwitz-Birkenau, the main guard post, the camp, and the track lead to the gas chamber and crematoria. In 1944, preparing for the 440,000 Hungarian Jews, the Nazis extended the tracks and ramp to the front entrance of Auschwitz-Birkenau. People on the transports arrived late at night with the sounds of barking dogs, with the scent of wood-burning stoves and chimneys, and with the feel of a heavy dampness looming. In addition, music was played by the camp orchestra. Luggage carrying the prized possessions and necessities of those transported, and stylish or durable shoes worn by the people were exchanged for a uniform. In 1941, Maximilian Kolbe, a Polish Franciscan priest, volunteered to take the place of a family man who was one of 10 selected to die. After 3 weeks of dehydration and starvation in cell 18, block 11, Max died in Auschwitz. Traveling to Weimar, Germany, an agricultural community, we learn from Martin Eckstein, tour guide of Buchenwald concentration camp. The tree and cart represent punishment or work, death or life for the prisoners. We remember local Kansas City man Colonel Keith Schmeineman, who liberated the prisoners of Buchenwald concentration camp in 1945. Elie Wiesel, Nobel Peace Prize winner for his memoir Night, was among the thousands who were liberated by the United States Army. Yet Dr. Janusz Korczak established an orphanage for 200 children that was relocated to the Warsaw Ghetto. Instead of seeking freedom for himself, Korczak marched on August 5, 1942, with his orphans to the Umschlagplatz, where they rode the train from Warsaw to Treblinka death camp. Karol Wojtyła, also known as Pope John Paul II, grew up playing with his Jewish friends Zygmunt, Leopold Poldek, and Jerzy Kluger, who molded his boyhood experiences in Wadowice, Poland. After World War II, Karol discovered the many Jewish friends and families that were annihilated. Pope John Paul II was the first pope to enter a synagogue. Freedom consists not in doing what we like, but in having the right to do what we ought, avowed Pope John Paul II. Righteous rescuers are non-Jews who risked their lives to save Jews during the Holocaust. In 1940, Maria and her mother saved Janina, a Jewish Holocaust survivor. Visiting each other daily, Maria and Janina, an interpreter, consider each other sisters today. Inspired by her father to help those less fortunate, Irina Sendler smuggled 2,500 children from the Warsaw Ghetto. Nominated for the 2007 Nobel Peace Prize, Irina passed in May of 2008. However, in 1999, Uniontown, Kansas High School's class motto, "He who changes one person changes the world," drove 3 students to research primary and secondary sources on righteous rescuer Irina Sendler. The American students' play, Life in a Jar, represents Irina's life during the Holocaust. Another righteous rescuer, Aniela, hid several Jewish children because of her Christian values, Catholic upbringing, and sense of duty. Like others, Aniela is not a hero. On the right, Josefa protected a 4-year-old boy for 4 years from the ghetto and gas chamber. In return, he protected a nation. When World War II ended, she gave the boy to the Jewish community. Losing touch with the boy for 50 years, she heard from him finally. After being adopted at the age of 8, he moved to Israel, and he served as the colonel of the Israeli army later on. A chair, like many others on the brick road, symbolizes Oskar Schindler's ingenuity and contribution to help save Jews. Oskar Schindler, German industrialist, employed cheap Jewish labor at his Krakow factory. Schindler began as a profit-building entrepreneur, turned into a man who protected the Jews who worked in his factory. Steven Spielberg produced the movie Schindler's List, and inscribed on Schindler's grave is the unforgettable rescuer of 1,200 Jews. Martin Niemöller proclaimed, "First they came for the communist, but I didn't say anything because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the union leaders, but I didn't say anything. I wasn't in the union. Then they came for the disabled, but I didn't say anything because I wasn't disabled. Then they came for the Jews, but I didn't say anything because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one to hear me." People are the characters of life's events. Genres, determined by literary content, technique, and tone, or the way to read about the characters, events, and places of a historical period. Therefore, these are a few voices that have spoken to my heart. What book will you choose? Who will you inspire, motivate, or develop the leader within you?